Today, Australia's 135,000 farmers produce enough food to feed 60 million people. Not only do they provide 93% of the domestic food supply, but also an export market valued up to $41 billion per annum. The Central West is an area characterised by an abundance of food and is dominated by beautiful paddocks and croplands. We witness the changing landscapes over the course of seasons. Here is one farmer's story, which provides an insight into the grain industry and farming in general. This courageous conversation centres around the great challenges such as climate change, sustainability and biosecurity faced by Australian grain producers.
I'm David Brown. I'm a mixed farmer in the Greentop area. We've been in the Grenfell area since the 1880s and we've been on this farm coming up to 100 years. And that was my grandfather who first came on this place. We have sheep, cattle, we used to have pigs, we don't have pigs anymore, and mixed cropping. I'm into biological farming, which is basically a slightly different way to farming to a lot of people, where we're looking at the biology of the soil and following practices we can do to improve our biology, which makes it more sustainable in the long run for future generations. Been doing that now for about 17 years. We got some solar panels about 6 years ago, and they put power into the grid, and we'd get a rebate back. But the government's changed now, and we don't get much back for it. I wish there was more incentives for producing more solar power, because it's clean and friendly and clean and green. A few natural disasters over my lifetime. We had one fire on the place that was bad, but it only didn't burn a huge amount. We got it out pretty quickly. We've had some hail. In '94 was our worst hailstorm. I remember it well, but the crop looked alright, and then 2 weeks before harvest we got a massive hailstorm on a Sunday afternoon, and it wiped out nearly the whole crop in about 10 minutes. It was terrible. We had a bad frost 3 years ago. For country we lease especially, which is between Young and Grenfell. We got a massive frost on about the 18th of October. We had 3 frosts that week, and one of them was down to -5. And we stripped no wheat down there that year. We cut a lot of hay, but that was very devastating. I remember that well. We had a fair few droughts, below average rainfall and dry springs up to from about 2000 to 2010. There was a lot, and even before that we seem to be getting a real run of dry years, but we've had 3 reasonably good years here now. Climate change does concern me, but again I think we've always had climate change. It's just a matter of the extremes that worry me a bit. If we constantly get a heap of wet years and a heap of dry years, I'd rather it average out. But Australia is known as a climate of extremes, so we have to be smarter and learn to live with it.
While Australia's farmers are among the world's best at growing quality food and fibre for our nation, and many more around the globe, they cannot do it alone. Every minute the world's population grows, add in another 158 mouths to feed. Over the next 4 decades, more food will have to be produced than what has been during the last 10,000 years combined. To sum up, participating in the Archibull Prize and creating Sophie has given the St Raphael school community time to reflect on themselves as consumers of products and agriculture in general. We have had to rethink how we live sustainably and how we can work with farmers in our community.